Everybody to Bitcoin Live on Saturday. With me, CEO and founder Shankar. Welcome to Bitcoin Live.
Hi Nick, glad to be back with you again on Bitcoin Live, which is always our preferred channel to share all updates on Venus blockchain. And we are connecting after about 7 weeks of gap. So we have a few updates to share with you and through you, all our project users and various participants and stakeholders who observe our videos that we record with our discussions with you. So happy to be back here.
Yeah, and to the viewers, we have a slightly different setup because of the sound issues. This is the best way to fix them. Finally, people can hear you loud and clear, so that's really good. Do you want to cover the markets a little bit before we enter into Green Earth blockchain token?
Yeah, let's do that because a lot of messages on Twitter and LinkedIn often come about where crypto market is going, and we often cover that in the first few minutes of our call. So, Bitcoin is the target of 100K and 125K are completely on even now, and they are so we have a bull run that is uh, still very much on for 2024, 2025. And as Bitcoin moves towards its higher targets, we will see a very good up move in the altcoins. And as we have discussed earlier in our calls with you, we would really encourage and urge people to stay with the truly decentralized projects like LTC, Dogi, SHIB, Ethereum, and BTC, of course. So these are where the point of failure, single point of failure, is not there. And even though if the down upside may be a bit less spectacular, the downside is very strongly covered. So that makes these projects very good for a long-term holding purpose. So, and we do expect some very good performance with them. If you scan the various Reddit channels as well as what's coming on YouTube, there are some interesting applications and use cases for Dogecoin that are evolving. And so at some point, these will all start coming into the mainstream, and we do expect a significant uptick in the usage of both Dogecoin and LTC. Already there are stats about LTC being like the number one crypto being used for transactions and ahead of all other cryptos the next three or four cryptos put together. LTC beats them in volume single-handedly. So so the so the initial, let's say, the vision of Bitcoin as the peer-to-peer currency for let's say decentralized currency, that entire responsibility is being done by LTC today, and it's very evident that it is doing that. Very low transaction costs, very high speed, and so people are actually the transaction volumes show that people are using that use case on LTC very strongly. So, and then of course we have Dogecoin with its significantly low price points as well as ability to go in very far away places. So I think those are applications that are coming up. There are different kinds of there are projects which are talking about Dogecoin uh, working in very remote areas, and so we will see how it all plays out. But overall, uh, stability, reliability are there in these, and I think that's what really helps, and we should stay long with them. We have been talking about Dogecoin and SHIB and LTC, BTC, and Ethereum as the five focus projects, and they remain very good even now. In fact, the upside is there much ahead of us. So uh, one should not think that the rally that we have seen so far is the only rally.
But do you think there's like a local top right now, or are we gonna continue after this uh, breakout?
See, these are very. Uh, I mean, when your target on Dogecoin is let's say $1, now what is a small top, local top, short top? So we are. I mean, these are all sometimes the calculations cannot be so accurate as in to time it so nicely. But when the target is 5x higher, 10x higher, so we should just use whatever opportunities we have to accumulate what we can
True.
and hold it. I think that is the main message. uh, one can one is if one is trying to trade, then one can be successful one time, and just another time, just when you are exiting from a trade, the real takeoff will happen, and then you can't get back in because they move very fast.
Yeah, yeah, and we did an episode on 10 cryptocurrencies, five decentralized and five
Five projects, private
centralized.
projects. Yeah.
And we covered Dogecoin, and yeah, so far it's going pretty well.
Yeah.
But let's dive into GEBT
Yeah.
because we got some ground to cover today.
Yes. You have so in this case, the presentation will be added in the bottom of our video today. Okay. Because
Okay.
the slides are with me, and we will add the slides as images. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So I think the key updates that we wanted to share was that before we get into it, I just want to use our standard disclaimer that Green Earth Blockchain token is a utility project token meant for the working of Green Earth Blockchain project, and the GBT token does not represent any type of asset or security, and there are no guarantees of any type regarding the token price appreciation over any time frame. And forward-looking statements in this presentation and discussion are not guarantees or assurances of any type, and technology risk and market risk are involved, which is something which we want everybody to understand. At the core, it's still a blockchain project involving technology, involving the market risk, and in our case, even environmental risk with the projects that we take on the ground. So, that's the status, and uh, we would we can start with a review of where we were last time. In our last call, we talked about we starting a tree plantation campaign in India
Yep.
with saplings. Okay, and our goal was to is to we have earmarked an area of 100 acres, which is a barren land, which is ideal for planting large trees, which are very good for the environment, and not fruit trees, but large trees which create forest, those kind of trees. And so that project has started, and the people who have adopted or sponsored or bought that sapling through Ganga, the project is listed as a campaign on Ganga project website, and those who are buying those saplings so that they are planted in that forest land that we are identified, they get one GBT token
Yep.
as a reward. And whereas the price of that they pay is rupees 225, rupees 225 stands for about $3, 3 USDT. And so they pay 3 USDT equivalent for planting the tree. As a reward, we are giving about 1.15 USDT worth of GBT at today's market rate. And
Yep.
we do the project, and for 2 years, our team will maintain that sapling because that's the time required to for the sapling to gain its roots and stabilize by itself, and then no further maintenance is required. It can take on its own this tree. So, and the key features of this campaign are that if the mortality is high in the first 2 years, so if for any reason the tree uh, dies, the sapling dies, we will replace that with another sapling for the person who adopted that sapling. So once a person adopts a sapling, there will always be a sapling on his or her name, and each sapling will have a unique tag. So the blockchain is going to be the blockchain that has released the token. Each sapling that we are planting on the ground is releasing one token. So if you think this way, that like it's almost like the act of planting a sapling is mining one token.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they're doing that work.
And you're improving the environment at the same
Yes,
time.
and
Yeah.
yeah, these are large trees, so they are truly beneficial for the environment. And in 10 years time frame, they would be very well established trees. These trees
Yep.
live for 100, 200, 300 years. So they are very long duration trees. So
Yep.
that project has taken a start, and we are in the process of sharing that with more people. And so that is in progress. So that was our first real use case of using the Ganga project e-commerce platform and Green Earth blockchain to start a campaign where we can take a campaign which is for the environment to the people and see how when they respond how we can use all our platform and the system to give them back that GBT token
Yeah.
and this whole process transparently so that they know that in our Ganga project system, in the user dashboard, they would have the unique tags of the trees that they have sponsored. So suppose somebody does one, then they have one. Suppose somebody has 50 trees, we would have those 50 tags available to them. And the thing is, that is how this project is very different from many other projects where you would hear that you can give, let's say, $1 or €1 or €5 for tree plantation, but we don't know where those trees are getting
Yeah.
planted, whether they survived or not. Whereas in this project, we are not only ensuring the survival, because we will also have a reserve nursery from where we will bring. If suppose a sapling dies, we'll get another sapling from our reserve, and there's a unique ID here. This transaction has been tracked on blockchain, on Greenearth blockchain, and uh, for the first time, the the person who is sponsoring a tree knows exactly where his tree is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that is a huge difference in terms of transparency and accountability. Accountability is that we are saying that no matter what, your tree will always be there. If it does not survive, we'll put a new one, but we will get the tree going. So
And
that is a powerful thing.
and then people will be directly invested in the tree that they own instead of not knowing where it's going. And for you,
Exactly.
yeah, and for
Yeah.
you, it's a way to a test trial of the system itself.
Yes. I think the feedback that we have got so far is that they people are appreciating the fact that there is a transparency of where the tree is, along with even the unique tagging
Yeah,
for of each tree. That is also appreciated. The very fact that they know where the tree is, that transparency is very helpful. And the fact that we are saying that we will ensure that the tree survives, even if it does not survive the first 2 years, we get a new sapling to redo and continue the tree that we have started. And that is also appreciated, because it just means that once you participate in the project, there's no way that it will not work for you, because that participation will materialize.
Shankar, would you also allow people to sort of visit their own tree, or is that too
They
much
can
of
come to,
a
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. One of the key features of this project is that people can visit the forest,
yeah.
and we also have a stay nearby, the eco stay
Ah, that's
in
really
the
nice.
forest. So people can stay in our eco stay, which is like a cottage in the forest. So people can stay in the cottage and visit the forest where the saplings have been planted.
So technically, they could visit their own tree and check up on
Yeah,
it.
they could visit their own tree, and some of them have ordered like 10, 20, or even 50 trees. So
Wow.
they can literally see their entire set of trees growing.
Oh, that's a smart
Yes.
way also to stimulate ecotourism that you can,
Yes,
yeah, that
ecotourism
can,
is one of the strong use cases for Greenland blockchain, and we'll see some other examples in this call today. So that so this one has taken off, and we believe that this project, which is in central India, and with some more work to happen in other parts of the country in India, but this project can get about 50,000 to 100,000 GEBT users,
yeah,
because we have a goal of 100,000 trees on the land that we've identified. This land can take those many trees. So if suppose we get more than 100,000 people coming to buy the saplings, then we need to identify new lands which are in our control, because that's very important to have the land under control, because we don't want that tomorrow when the trees are growing and the land is not in our control, somebody may even cut those trees for
yeah,
timber. So all the effort will be gone waste. So that control over land is critical. There are several NGOs or organizations which plant trees on government lands or uh, public lands. There we have seen that the transparency is not there. We don't know where the trees are planted, and also while it and many times we have also seen double counting,
yeah,
like where one tree or like 10 trees have been planted, but the same 10 trees have been said as planted by, let's say, 100 different people, because
yeah.
nobody knows, there's no unique tagging or unique marking. So our project, the way we are giving unique tags, it will also remove the element of double counting, because otherwise you can have like 100 trees and you can say 500 people have planted them.
It's almost like a fractional reserve planting.
Yeah. So no double counting also is possible because of the unique tags.
But that's
So
really nice. So the people have like a personal ownership and an emotional attachment to their own tree. That would also
yeah.
stimulate them to maybe acquire more trees and visit the
Yes.
trees and take
Yes.
good care of them.
Yes. I think that's what we want to encourage. That if parents are there and let's say they have two kids, and they sponsor 2 saplings on the names of those 2 kids, so they can
Yeah.
see that, as the kids are growing, the trees have grown, and that's a very nice way to show them how, why in those 10-15 years that they have grown up, those trees have gone into such large scale structures that are going to far outlive our lives by maybe 200 years, 300 years. So there's
Yeah.
a appreciation of the nature as well that people can see, and that's why this feature of the eco stay or the cottages that we have in the nearby land, that also belongs to us. They can come and visit and see the whole work.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's of course perfect application of blockchain technology and crypto at the same
Yeah,
time.
exactly,
And
all of it is
NFTs.
happening. Yeah, NFTs as well. But
Yeah.
that's the future part where, once, let's say in 10 years time, these 100,000 trees mature, by that time we also expect the carbon trading market to also mature. So these 100,000 trees, which are actually the large scale trees, we believe that they would have a good uh, ability to earn carbon credits on an annual basis, and that income, like even if you take, let's say, $1 per tree per annum, I mean that looks extremely low in a 10-year time frame, but assume that it is like that. Okay, so that's those 100,000 trees would be earning 100,000 USDT equivalent on an annual basis just from their carbon credits, and that is the income which can be used to buy back GEBT tokens from the market. And that is how the token holders who have been holding the token can also get a benefit, or liquidity for holding their token. So we see these trees contributing year after year in different ways through carbon credit income in the future date. But we don't have the exact details because it's in the future. But we do think that if the market of carbon credits goes as it is evolving, that in a 10-year time frame when the trees mature, they will both be in sync and well aligned for us to monetize these trees on an annual basis for carbon credits, use that income to buy GBT tokens back from exchanges.
I love it. Great initiative, and I think it will be a great success.
Yeah. So that was the first one, and then, uh, because now we are going out with the campaign, and more people are getting aware of GBT token and Green Earth blockchain. So there have been some questions on, like, when we said that, when you sponsor or adopt a sapling, you get one GBT token. Those people who are not aware of the tokens in general or utility tokens, they're asking some of them that, like, what is the purpose of this token? Like, you
Yeah.
are giving me as a reward. Like, what does it reward? What does it mean to hold this reward? Is it
Yeah.
of any value, or is it like some kind of
Oh,
those airline
that's a
coupon
common
miles?
question in crypto, right?
Yeah, yeah. So if you're giving as a reward, so the questions have come about what is the value of this reward? Is it like airline miles, or is it like credit card points, or what is this? So I think we have created a slide specifically for that. It's also there in our FAQs, but I'll share it briefly here. But there are three benefits for holding GBT tokens for the users. The first benefit is that uh, the token holders can participate in the Venus blockchain project governance, because going forward, once we create the user council, then all users will be able to participate in different ways depending on what kind of voting structure we use for which kind of project or campaign. Uh, Users will have a say in deciding which kind of projects to support or which kind of initiatives to support. For example, we just talked about a couple of minutes ago that, let's say, 10 years from now, we have this income of, let's say, $100,000 coming from the trees. Okay,
Yeah.
uh, carbon credit income. With the user council well in established place, that may go there for voting, that uh, this 100,000 income that has come, what is the right use of it? Should we go for buying back tokens, or is there something else we should do? And suppose the users say, instead of buying back tokens, there's enough demand for the market anyway, let's establish, let's say, a environmental school. And suppose the votes go for that, where you train people on how to create forests or how to make earth green. Today we haven't thought of that. Today our first thought is that we'll buy back tokens with the income. But if our users say don't buy back token, that's a less productive use of the income. Rather, we should do something which is not possible without this money. Let's put an environmental school in different parts of the world with the same income and coach people. Then if that gets the votes, then that is the path we will take. We don't know. So all those kind of decisions, once the project grows, the user council will play a role in that. And I see, because only by going with the larger base of users and their feedbacks, the project can travel farther and live longer. So that is also very clear to us.
So that will be a little bit like a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization.
Yeah, but the
It's a slight twist.
yeah, the aim is to involve all the users in the decision making and direction. Some of the directions we have taken, and some of them are already core. But within that, there will always be options of what we can do with where we are. And in those, I think the users can play a role once we are established and we have a larger base of users. That's what I was saying. And so one real use of holding GBT tokens is to participate in the project governance. But not everybody may be enthused about it, but some will be.
Yeah.
The second benefit is to the monetary benefit. It can be, you can sell the tokens that you have, that have come to you for free as a reward. You can sell them on an exchange. Currently we have GEBT USDT and GEBT algo pairs live, and soon in the near future we are planning to make GEBT INR pair also live. So we will have, because we'll have many users in India, so therefore people can monetize them, and that's the second benefit. The third benefit is that people can redeem, users, the token holders can redeem the GBT tokens for privileges. And by privileges, I mean GBT tokens could be redeemed for certain natural products or services like eco stays in the Himalayas that we have, or like the stays in the forest land that we're creating, a full-fledged stay. Or it could also be like some of the coaching camps that we will be conducting in the riverbeds or in the Himalayas. And these kind of coaching camps have a small fee, but the tokens could be used to pay for those camps. So where you are literally on the riverbed in the Himalayas or with a tent. And they're the people who have come for these coaching camps, they are for 3 to 4 days duration, sometimes 2 days, but they've gone back with very strong feedback saying like it's life-changing kind of 2 3 days for them. So those kind of camps could also be obtained using tokens. So the tokens allow people to participate in the project in different ways, other than just selling on the exchange and getting the cash. That's also one of the goals, because that's the reason why we have kept the pair available on the exchange, so that if somebody wants to redeem or exit, they can do that. But there are three benefits, and I'm telling this on the call so that people who are coming newly into the project, who are not aware of GEBT token or haven't read the white paper or the website, they can know that there are three ways they can benefit, and one of them is selling the token at the available market rate, and the other is to participate in the project governance, which is slightly longer duration stuff. And then the third one, which may be of interest to many people, is the ability to redeem the tokens for privileges or project activities.
Yeah, because when you sell it to somebody else, that person might want to take that trip to the Himalaya, right? It's a beautiful natural resort with stunning places to visit and see. And it also creates this attachment between what you're trying to achieve, to get more involvement with the natural environment and the customer itself.
Yeah, that's true. So at this point, we have a slide that we will share, but we have a list of campaigns that we have created. So what we talked so far is one campaign, which is the tree plantation campaign. What we have been doing, as people are seeing the greener blockchain project and what transparency can do, different kinds of groups and associations have been coming to us and saying, can we partner with you to use your platform for transparency? And all these people are involved in various activities related to the environment and nature, or they are producing natural products in a very authentic way, but they don't have the market visibility for their products. So they know that they are doing it correctly and in a very genuine way, but they don't have the market reach. And they see that by placing their products on Ganga platform, Ganga project e-commerce site, and backed by the transparency of Venus blockchain, they will be able to establish the authenticity of their work in front of the world, and that may motivate more customers to come to them, which is also one of the core uh, reasons why we wanted to establish Venus blockchain was to promote all the authentic producers of foods as well as natural products, so that once we establish that they are authentic and transparent, the then the world or the audience can then try to take from them, because many times uh, we are not sure whether it is authentic or not, and that's what
Yeah.
we are solving through the blockchain. Just like in the tree campaign, we are solving the part of the traceability. It's no more a black box. The traceability solves it. Similarly, in the case of food products, the authenticity and transparency right till the farm level, that solves it. So wherever the traceability, the transparency we can implement, there are many use cases for that. And for example, I'll take a couple of them. We have three projects actually planned for the Himalayas. Okay, so one of them is to support the Himalayan ecology in the upper Himalayas, and we have a village called Hango in the upper Himalayas, and we want to adopt that village. We already have people working there with us, so we adopt that region. We do plantation of trees because it, even there the ecology requires support. So we
Yeah.
do that, and and so for example, the current tree plantation campaign is in central India, which is a very different terrain, and our next tree plantation campaign will be in the Himalayas,
Hmm.
and there the setup is different. Here in central India, the time zone for plantation is very limited. It's the monsoon, which comes about one month in a year. We have to
Yeah.
plant during that time, around July month, end of June, July. Whereas in the Himalayas, we get a longer window to plant, about 6 months or at least 4 to 5 months of time frame is there. So it will be a different climate, different requirements, and the trees that grow there are also different
Yeah.
compared to the almost the mainstream forest trees in the central India. So that project is also starting as a campaign, uh, and then so just to highlight the fact that within Himalayas we have work to do. We have identified areas where we can work, and for example, there is also, you may have heard, there is an animal called yak.
Yeah.
So there is a campaign to support them and their owners, because that is also a challenge there, because they are unable to support them properly, and it is one of the a very valued animal from historical and cultural perspective. So there's a campaign to support them, and there is also another state called Uttarakhand next to Himachal Pradesh. They are all northern Himalayan states,
Yeah.
and each of these linked to the forest preservation or environmental preservation. Eco-stays really help in bringing people on the ground to show them what's happening, real experiences of what is happening, where is the need for further work. So we want to do that. So these campaigns, so between now and the year end, you will, in the future calls, you will see photos and probably video links of these works happening on the ground in the Himalayas.
Oh, that's really exciting, and yeah, I think these kind of projects are very valuable and
Yeah,
a brilliant way to yeah, showcase the use case of blockchain and crypto.
yeah, and transparency, because which is a big
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
And
and
in addition to
accountability.
that, yeah, and everywhere the people are saying that if you can prove that what you're saying is true and you're doing
Yeah,
that, then we are willing to support you in a much bigger way. And that's exactly what we are able to do with the use of Venus blockchain, that we are able to show them directly till the end point of
yeah,
the work being done.
yeah,
So
and lower costs, of course.
and lower cost, because it also removes middlemen.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So it's a
So it is,
win-win.
yeah, and because of the first time the farmers are seeing that they are getting a higher percentage of the sale because the entire chain is visible to them. Otherwise, suppose earlier they were, let's say, selling apples for, let's say, $1 per, or €1 per kilo, and in the city they'll sell for, let's say, €5 or €4.
Yeah.
They don't know what is the selling point in the city for what
Yeah.
they have sold. Sometimes they will sell for like 25 cents a kilo.
Yeah. So,
So,
so
so
basically,
now it's all visible to them that our selling price is this. This is the intermediary packaging unit, marketing unit, and then the net sale price is this. So for the first time, they see the full price chain transparently, and that's also very attractive for them because they feel that now at least they're in control of what they can earn.
so the customer gets better products for lower prices, and the farmer
Yes,
gets higher prices.
higher income for the
Uh,
same thing.
yeah. Yeah.
So the, so that's a big goal as well, to get more income for the authentic producer.
Yeah. And you
And
also
so
want to lower the distances between customer and producer.
yes, and that is the local economy
Yeah.
factor in the greener blockchain system. We have the local economy factor, which contributes to the overall score of a product.
Yes.
So the local, like, wherever the buyer and seller are within the zone that we can call a local economy, there more tokens are given out to in the chain, because it wants to reward that local economy transaction to the
Yeah.
extent possible. So yeah, though, so we have, in addition to that, we have also two more campaigns that are related to animals in India. We have a campaign that is currently under construction, and it will go live probably in a month from now. Next month is a campaign to support cows in distress, because we have a large number of cows in India, and many of them are, let's say, injured on the highways, or some of them are aging and with no support, and some of them are young, but they don't have any regular feeding because they don't have the caretaking, or the caretakers are there but they don't have the income to take care
Yeah.
of them. So there is a large need to do that properly, and this campaign is for that, uh, to show transparently that, if somebody contributes for a cause, let's say they buy a scented product, or some kind of a product which is coming from the farmers who are owning the cows, then that that gives them a small fraction of GBT token, and whatever product they have bought, the sale value has a slight component for taking care of the cow as well. And the transparency of the blockchain shows the entire flow from the buyer of that product right till the family, which is, or the caretakers of the cow. And this has, so far in India, we haven't seen anything like this. So the people who are already doing such work, when we spoke with them on the Zoom calls, they said that we don't have anything like this in anywhere. So if we can establish this kind of transparency, the people who will support such campaigns is literally 100x compared to what is happening now. Because once people are sure that they are supporting a cause and the money that they are giving is actually going to that cause in the full transparent way, then a lot more people are willing to support that cause, any
Yeah.
cause. So, and the second cause is to support camels in Rajasthan. Rajasthan is a desert state in western northwest India, and a very strong tourism magnet as well for India from worldwide. I have lived there and studied there, so I'm and so so there are camels and very similar problems that cows have in other parts of India. Even here, the caretakers are struggling, and it's a natural heritage. So there also we are creating a campaign where there are people who want to support that, but they don't have a transparent and trackable or traceable way of executing that. So here again, we will work with people on the ground and execute the project.
Yeah.
So what we are finding is that, and there's another campaign which I can mention, which is very interesting in terms of natural products. There's a In India there's a handmade cloth called khadi. Khadi is a cloth made with the handmade machines. So
Yeah.
the weavers make it with the hand, the thread. They make the thread and then they make the cloth. Okay,
Yeah.
but over time, uh, similar clothes are produced by machines.
Yeah.
So to the ordinary person in the shop, you may not be able to tell the difference between the handmade cloth and the machine made cloth.
Yeah.
Whereas the person who is working, the weaver who is working to make the handmade cloth, he is using a skill, and it is considered higher. So people want to buy the handmade cloth, but they end up buying the machine made cloth
Yeah.
because there's no way to tell the difference between the two. And so currently we are working with an organization, discussing with them, where they have a collection of, let's say, a group of such weavers who make clothes with the hand, and they keep getting bypassed by machine made clothes because they have no way to prove that they are authentic and they are genuine. So
Yeah.
we want to bring them on green earth blockchain because they are authentic producers of clothes with cotton, and to bring them on the blockchain to show the users transparently from the point of sale of the product right back till the exact weaver or the group of weavers where they are located and who have made that particular cloth.
This is also another example of stimulating a local economy and craftsmanship. Like,
Craftsmanship,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's
So
really
because these
nice.
are all artisans with strong crafts, but if they don't survive or
Yeah,
they can't earn the income to survive, then their art and craft goes,
yeah,
and then the option to revive them doesn't come back.
yeah,
So
yeah.
so
That's
the,
a
and the
really
thing
good
is that
cause.
the thing is that the
Yeah,
people want to buy that, but they end up
yeah,
buying the machine made, and that's where the if the demand for their work was not there, then we would not think of this as a use case or a campaign. But the demand for their work is there, but
yeah,
people have no way to tell whether it was created by those weavers or workers or by machine.
yeah. Because
So the
it's not
machine-made
only
clothes,
because of the, perhaps
no
superior
transparency,
quality, but it's
no
also that
transparency.
a lot of
Yeah, no
people just want to
transparency.
promote the
Yeah.
craftsmanship itself. Yeah,
So the price points of the machine-made cloth may be a bit lower as well, as you can imagine. But the people who are buying that cloth are actually willing to pay higher
yeah.
price, but they have no way to tell whether it's authentic or not. And that's where greener blockchain comes in the picture once more, to identify and set up the whole chain right till the end, the weavers or the workers who are creating the cloth. And now people can see online on Ganga Project website, when they see the cloth, they can see the entire chain right till the weaver. And then they can be sure that this is the weaver who has made this cloth so they can buy.
Yeah, that not only supports them, but that could actually stimulate craftsmanship.
Exactly. I think that's the other point, that though, like, imagine that you are an old person, a father, and you are doing the craftsmanship, but your kids have said, there's nothing in this as income. We are going to the
Yeah,
city to do, let's say, software or crypto. But now if father is earning back and customers are coming for their clothes, at least one out of the two sons may say, okay, I'll also come back because I like this work.
yeah. Then your parents might actually be earning crypto, and
Yeah, and exactly. Then they'll say, hey, we got this token, and what does it mean? So they'll say, hey, let us come back.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
I think it was like, was it not in the 50s or the 60s, that there was this, the weavers were sort of demonstrating because their craftsmanship was being replaced by industrial production. I think it was also Mahatma Gandhi who sort
yes,
of
it is
made,
that. So this you got it very right. It is in the 1930s and 40s.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So 20s, 30s, 40s, and this product called khadi comes exactly from that, what you have just mentioned. So you have the context. Okay. So the thing is that people want to buy that, and they're very willing to pay a premium, but because the transparency and authenticity cannot be established, they keep buying the machine made clothes, though
yeah.
they went to buy the handmade one.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love it. Yeah,
So these are the kind of use cases or campaigns that we are implementing. Each of them goes to different sets of people, different sets of users, and but in each case, the GBT token gets more visibility because in each case, the token will go out into those people and that chain of authenticity. So that's what I wanted to share in this call, that we are doing these campaigns. There are about 10 such campaigns. The slide will have them, and I'll share these slides with you, the presentation, and that we can put in the Twitter link, and the video will also be there. So those are the updates this time. So we are basically moving from uh, establishing the system, getting the system integration done. Now the system is working. The Ganga project website is working. People can see the blockchain, and when they buy or participate in a campaign, they get the tokens, an email comes to them. So those things are working, the technical parts. Now it's for us to apply this system into the real actual use cases on the ground and take it forward. So that's currently in progress.
Yeah, that will be very exciting. And of course, in the future, we will also be able to share these videos of these people and this craft.
Exactly, that's the point. That's
Yeah.
the point. Because the real proof of the pudding is in showing those videos. When people see the live videos from the Himalayas or from these weavers or from the people where the cows or camels are being saved, those videos will come on the website, and that's where the real proof of work happens. I agree with that fully. That's our goal too. I'm
Yeah.
also waiting for those videos.
Yeah, I can't wait. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
really exciting, and you're doing so much great work. So I hope it will continue, and that GEBT will continue to get notoriety, that it will grow and expand, and yeah, catch people's attention.
Yeah. So our first goal is to get to the mark of 100,000 users for GBT token, and that's our first milestone. It's possible that we may reach there this year. If the campaigns succeed, we should reach there this year.
Yeah,
We have 8 months more, at least.
so
So that's
slow and
possible.
steady.
Yeah, the campaigns are going to work because campaigns
Yeah.
have a larger reach. So it depends on how the campaigns get the takeoff. But at some point, as the campaigns accumulate, the user base will rise rapidly because the number of users or kind of the groups of people that we are reaching out with the different campaigns are quite large. So even if one campaign takes off, it is like 10, 20,000 GBT users there, like that.
Yeah, and it's also important for people who are listening is that your campaigning or marketing is very different from most crypto projects, right? Because you're basically marketing and campaigning on the ground, in the
Yes,
real world, not in
exactly.
cyberspace.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So
So yeah, and then yeah, I think the best projects are those projects that are building and going slow and steady instead of fast and fast
I
and
agree with that.
yeah,
So the purpose is to build something strong with a good foundation because
yeah,
this project needs a strong foundation so it can continue for the next few decades because that's the horizon of all the works we are doing.
yeah.
So yeah,
And once the momentum gets building,
then
it
we
becomes
then it will take off.
unstoppable.
Yeah, it will be
Yeah,
in its own. We will see
yeah.
one step at a time.
Well,
So
thank you.
that's all the updates for now. Thank you so much, Nick, and we will reconnect sometime in May with more updates towards the end of May.
Yes, yes, and yeah, this video will air a little bit later as usual than people, but it's yeah, it's with good quality sound and good quality image, and I really enjoyed this call, and I hope to see you soon, Shankar.
Okay, thank you so much, Nick. Thank you
Take
so
care.
much. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.